Guys, I am so pumped because of this.
For the folks at home, what are we talking about and why is this idea so important?
Okay, what we're talking about today is our new T-bridges, these babies.
Look how beautiful.
Okay, so what a T-bridge is the part underneath the cover plate, the big round thing in the middle of our guitars. Underneath that are the cones, and there's 3 cones on the tri-cone. 1, 2, 3. And the T-bridge is what connects all 3 of those cones, and inside this slot here is the saddle that the strings go over. So I'm like smiling just looking at it. It's just so beautiful.
It's pretty.
Yeah. So the most important changes you can make to a guitar are around the bridge. That's where the most energy from the strings is being transmitted into the guitar. So making a change to that direct area where the string is powering the guitar makes a huge difference. Traditionally, T-bridges are cast. Casting is like molten lava of aluminum poured into a mold, and it ends up being kind of like styrofoam. So we can make better T-bridges, and how we make better T-bridges is out of a machined billet of aluminum. Billet of aluminum. Billet of aluminum. A billet of aluminum is a much stronger piece of metal, and it's also, the grain structure of it is more in line. What the billet compared to the casting does is it transfers that energy more efficiently. More of what you put into the guitar, you're getting out of the guitar. And that's all fine if it's nerd stuff, but what does that do to your playing? It makes you forget to try. Now you're feeling things, it's coming through your right hand and it's just happening. It's not, I gotta play harder, I gotta play softer. It's just every little nuance is getting picked up by the guitar. Being a builder, you can make something that affects people's musical choices and then get out of the way. Just let them play. That's what this T-bridge does. That's been that kind of like evolution of trying to do more and more and more of that. So I had this idea like 6 years ago, and the hurdle was getting a machinist to say yes to this crazy idea. Hey, I've got this part that you don't know, going into a guitar you've never seen. Let's try this crazy thing. And that's been the real struggle for the last 6 years, is getting someone who had the knowledge and capability of making this idea an actual piece of metal that I'm holding in my hand.
You had trouble finding a person to do this up until Dan.
So I found Dan the man because one of my employees, Nate, I forget why Dan had come to the shop.
I actually went to Nate's house because I bought Girl Scout cookies from him.
And I came in one day and Nate was like, hey, I was talking to my friend Dan, he's a machinist.
Then I said, hey, if he's looking for custom machining or wants to try some stuff out, here's my card.
To be honest, I was not excited because I have suffered 6 years of rejection at the hands of machinists everywhere, across the country. So I got a hold of Dan.
I think he called it a T-bridge.
What did Dan say?
There's always a way to make anything.
Dan said, yeah, sure.
So after talking, communicating, materials and that kind of stuff,
he was thinking like a guitar maker and applying it to this.
I come up mentally with some processes I think I could hit fast enough times to get it at an affordable price for him, and I think we've achieved that.
And yeah, I had a smile about this big on my face, like it's happening.
So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna hop in the mule bus and we're gonna drive over to Bay City and we're gonna see these being made.
Yeah, we're gonna see the first batch of the mule T-bridges being cut from a solid block of aluminum on a giant expensive machine.
Woo! Let's go!
You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright. The kind you wanna stay up with all night.
Matt, how cool is this? This is so cool. Like, I knew that he could do it after 5 minutes of talking to him. I knew he could execute it, but after seeing the drawing and how beautiful it was, it was stunning.
How fun has this project been for you?
One of the most fun that I've done here yet. You know, like you could see there was thought and love behind what's going on. So being able to be a part and give the same kind of thing back feels good.
And so for someone to be like yes and then actually be able to do it so close, it's a really special connection. You know, it's part of that human connection that's priceless. Mule has always been like about people. It's about using this like-minded attitude to connect human beings, and being here and showing people this isn't a factory pumping out this part. This is Dan, who has a story, who's trying to make it in the world just like we all are, and then that's in your instrument, and then you're taking that instrument and doing the same thing in your life. That's why we make stuff.
Honestly, the connection stuff is everything that I've done has touched or connected people in a lot of negative ways in my past. So moving forward, it's always, what are my actions doing to those around me? You know, so to be able to touch things that are going to flow through somebody else's fingers to provide a music that somebody might really help somebody get through some crap, fantastic. Even from the machining of the production run out here, my guy Tyler out there doing the cam work, couldn't have been happier to be able to do that cam work on there. The prototype I took care of, I said, you know what, Tyler, what's up? You want to do it? Hell yeah, Dan, let's go, man. You know, so we pounded that out. So being able to be a part of the process, the flow, just how long it's going to keep reaching people, how many years down the road, that guitar could be 15, 20 years old, that I touched how long ago had some sort of effect for what's coming off the strings then, you know, so it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
So Matt, how cool was that?
It was so cool. It was honestly the first time that I got to see other people make a part for the things that I love, and to see how pumped Tyler was about making them. What I didn't know is that Tyler plays guitar, and so what Dan told us when we were there was he like asked to do this because he plays guitar and he can appreciate it, and that made it super fun. Everybody in the shop was like peeking their head around the corner, like they're pumped to be a part of it. But Tyler, being a guitar guy, being able to make guitar parts on his machine, that stepped it up a notch. The guitars are always about people. It's always about connecting human beings, and to connect with another human being that's part of making this, it just makes it so much more special.